Direct from Albany, New York, it's time for the New Media Zone. With your hosts, Ed and Dave. And now your hosts, Ed and Dave.
Hello and welcome to the New Media Zone. Ed and Dave here, and Dave with you with another what we called a regular show in the old days, where we take a look at tonight. It's going to be recent celebrity passings. Is the main thing. We may go into some other topics, and you have some of those games we've been enjoying lately.
Yeah.
And we're going to start off with one. People enjoy the stories as we go out into the world on occasion.
Well, I don't know. Do you go out in the world, Ed?
Very not often.
Oh.
Shopping in the rare in October, I go out more to stop by the Spirit Halloween stores and see what's going on. But not a ton of.
Oh my God! I'm out all the time. I'm out all the time among the masses. Let me tell you this one time I was out.
Yes.
Oh. Now, as you know, my daughter lives in the big city, Ed.
Yeah.
She's down in that New York City area, and she's coming back for a weekend. I'm going to pick her up at the train.
Okay. Yeah.
This is going to be like pick her up around 11 o'clock.
This is the Amtrak in Rensselaer,
yes.
is it?
So I was picking her and her boyfriend up at 11 o'clock. I'm upstairs, Ed, and I'm watching TV, enjoying a good night of entertainment.
Okay.
I start to feel a little, oh my God, it's a little pain. I'm like, So I'm just kind of twisting around, trying to work it out. I'm like, what the hell? And it keeps getting a little worse. And then I'm home alone.
Oh no.
Home alone.
And what time is this? You're supposed to get them at 11 at night?
And this is around 9.
Okay.
This little discomfort started. And all of a sudden I'm on the floor, Ed, on all fours, twisting, saying, what? Oh. And I yelled out loud to myself, what the hell is this? I get myself downstairs, and I'm like, something's got to, I don't know what this is. It's driving me crazy. Pain amongst pain. So around close to 10 o'clock, a little before 10 o'clock, I call a friend of mine. And I say to her, she answers, in a smart ass way. And then I said, I think I need you to get here and bring me to the hospital. And she's like, what? I said, you need to get here and bring me to the hospital. She's here in 5 minutes. Her and her roommate. Oh, they're both gorgeous. Young, in their 30s, gorgeous. So that's good.
You
That's
only
a good
requested
thing.
one and two showed up.
Two showed up.
Yeah.
And needed them both. And let me tell you, both of them were great. And I owe them. But anyway, I am on the floor trying to gather my wits to call my daughter and say, you need to get an Uber.
Yeah.
Because I can't pick you up. So, and I'm in agonizing pain unlike I've ever had in my life.
You didn't have any inkling what it might be at this point?
No.
You didn't ask Alexa what pains in this area would be?
I thought perhaps this call I was making to my daughter to tell her to take an Uber would be the last call I ever made.
Oh, no.
That's how bad this pain was. So I call her and I'm like, can you get an Uber? I don't think I'm going to be around. I won't be home to pick you up. This is 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Does she ask me what's wrong? No. She says, okay.
Oh, jeez.
All right. So, between 10 and 11, Ed, it took me an hour to get to the car. I couldn't get off the floor. I'm on the floor. I got two beautiful women hovering over me, which it was nice, but I wasn't thinking about that. And that's when you know things are bad. When I got two beautiful women and I'm looking at them and I'm just dying in pain and I'm not thinking about what I want to do to them. So
yeah, I remember one time I had a bad back that was so bad I couldn't move. So this is what you had. You couldn't move at all.
So finally, I'm hunched over and I'm getting into their car, and they take me to the hospital, and I'm in the emergency room. Can't even sit up. The one other gets me a wheelchair. Very thoughtful, very kind. Nice. I'm in the wheelchair, and the person asking me information, my name and stuff, and I can't speak. I cannot speak. I cannot utter the words. It's worse than having a 3-fingered prostate exam than having your doctor ask you a question. So they see I'm in obvious distress, and they get me right in. I'm right in.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know what they did, but they hooked me up with some weird thing, and they're pumping something in.
Which hospital is this? Because we have one in the area that's under investigation. I think.
St. Peter's.
Okay, that's a good one.
Okay. And they're pumping me with the IV, and within 15 minutes, the pain starts to settle. I'm like, So, around 1 o'clock, I tell the girls, I said, listen, you guys don't have to stay here. Go home. Are you sure? Go home.
Yeah, you're all set, right?
I'll call whoever, someone. They'll come and get me when I get. Chances are I'll be here for another 5 or 6 hours anyway. So anyway, kidney stones. Kidney stones stuck in the tube, whatever they call it, between the kidney and the bladder.
Is that the urethra? Or that's
You're something. Something's got to do with urine.
Yeah.
Stuck there. That's what was causing the pain. So I had to have a stent put in.
Oh.
A stent, and they had to do it through the winky.
No.
Well, what happened was, I ended up going home, right? They say it's going to pass. They give you a strainer.
Yeah,
You're supposed to go through the strainer and catch it, and then bring it so the doctor can analyze it. So they give me the strainer, and nothing passes. But the next day, pain is back.
Oh, no.
Brutal. Call my son. ER.
They put a stent in, though, or something?
No, this didn't happen yet.
Oh, not yet.
They sent me home saying
All
it'll
right.
pass. Here's a strainer. Pee through that. And when you pee through that, it just goes all over. So.
But they didn't really do anything to relieve or get the thing to come out.
No, they said it will pass.
Uh-huh.
They're positive it will pass. But then when the medicine wore off. So, I'm back in the ER the next day. And that's when they say, well, we're going to have to put a stent in. And that'll open up allow for the pain. That's what's causing the pain. So, and that's what's causing the kidney function to not be adequate with all the blood work in it. So I put the stent in through the winky. Stent.
You're not awake for that.
No,
it can't be awake.
But I will say this: I was there overnight.
Yeah.
I was peeing razor blades.
Oh.
I had a friend in the room. Ernie, who was there. He was an older guy who was there apparently for a colonoscopy.
Not a real friend.
No.
Just your
guy.
roommate.
He was there for a colonoscopy, and I kept hearing all the conversations, everyone coming in. Why are you here? I'm here for a colonoscopy. He's prepping for a colonoscopy, and everyone's asking him, I don't think you need a colonoscopy. And I'm thinking, if I'm prepping for a colonoscopy, you're doing it. So anyway, I'm there overnight. I'm peeing blood and razor blades. And it's brutal. And I'm up every 10 minutes. 10 minutes! Because of all the IVs they're putting in you. And you know what makes it even worse, Ed?
What's that?
Wow. Once I got discharged, by the way, I had a nice sandwich. They ordered me lunch. Turkey sandwich.
Make a nice turkey sandwich.
Oh, it was delicious, Ed.
St. Peter.
The bread was beautiful, soft. Lettuce, tomato, cheese, turkey. It was a delicious sandwich. Breakfast sucked. But the sandwich was delicious. And Maddie, the nurse, lovely, sweetheart. You'll never see the show. Wonderful, Maddie, love you. I would take you home if I could to nurse me back to health, but you don't know who I am. So, after that next morning, I go home, stent in, nothing passes, but the stent is preventing the pain, but it's uncomfortable. So 2 weeks later, I got to go back in and have the stent removed. And they say they're going to remove it and break up the stone so that it will pass. Back in through the winky. You go in, and I wake up, general anesthesia. I wake up, and the nurse said, or the doctor was there, said, we took the stent out, and we actually got the stone. We took the stone out, too. I'm like, oh, that's good. That's nice. Good, that's done. I don't have to come back, or I don't have to pass a million little tiny stones. So that's good. But I get home and I'm peeing blood and razor blades again because, they're going in there. They're irritating stuff. But what's worse I couldn't go to my concert.
Oh.
I wanted to see Alice Cooper, but the day I came back, every 10 minutes I'm in the bathroom because of all the IV. I couldn't go because I'd be in the bathroom at the Palace Theater all night. So
was he at the Palace? Because he
Yeah.
was in Syracuse.
Yeah.
Somebody had video, very good video from there.
So I had to miss that concert for that. But, yeah, that was a brutal experience. I'm on the floor screaming like a 5-year-old girl. That's how bad the pain was. Pain like I've never had before. And when I was in the bed upstairs, and they were doing the getting ready to do they call it surgery. Really surgery. You're not cutting anything open. You're just, So, I'm upstairs, and all of a sudden the pain med starts to wear off. You feel that coming on, and I'm like, oh no, oh god, oh god. So I'm getting ready to hit the button, and the guy comes in and says, all right, we're taking you down to surgery. I'm like, oh, thank God. So they get me down there, and they're talking to me, asking me stuff, and I can't talk, Ed. I can't talk. So the one guy says, just answer me this one question. He goes, I'm the anesthesiologist. He says, I'm going to be your best friend. and he's asked me a couple questions, and then he says, okay, we're gonna start putting it, and you'll be out in no time. Everything will be fine. Wonderful thing. And I turn to the doctor, female doctor. Can't say her last name to save my life. Voznesensky or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely, wonderful. And I look at her and I say, how do women have kids?
Oh God.
This is pain unlike I've ever known. And it was just, it's brutal, Ed. I still got stones.
You still have them in there.
There's some still in the kidneys. Hopefully they'll pass by themselves without agonizing pain, or they never will. That's a possibility, Ed. But I'm supposed to drink 2.5 liters drink your 2.5 liters of liquid fluids a day to help dilute the particles in your stuff there. And then the kidneys will filter everything out and you won't get the stones. That's what it's for. So 2 things now. You drink 2.5 liters a day and get your hiney checked. Because you want to have, Bert, Ernie, whatever, having a colonoscopy there, and you want that checked out. And then you don't want kidney stones. Because I'm telling you right now, I will gladly have a colonoscopy without any medicine. Clearly, I'll have a colonoscopy done with sandpaper laced camera to rip me apart before I go through that pain again of a kidney stone. Don't get kidney stones.
How many pills are you on now? Do you know offhand? 3. Okay, I have 2.
Apparently, I have high blood pressure. I wonder why.
I have high blood pressure. That just came on. And then the thyroid. I had low thyroid production. That's not, we don't really count that one, I guess.
All right.
So let's see some folks who have...
Hopefully it's less than 15 minutes worth, because that rant was 15. I thought it was going to be quick. But as I was speaking, things were coming back to me.
Yeah.
Painful things.
Yeah, that's something. You don't want anything messed with your winking
I had
area.
to follow up with my own urologist before I had to follow up with the surgeon. And he said, well, let's check your prostate. And you just did that 6 months ago. You don't have to do it again. So I get up, I start undoing the pants. He goes, oh, whoa, whoa. He goes, not so fast. People will talk. And I said, well...
Is that what he said?
That's what he said.
He said, got some humor there.
And I'm like, what are you talking about? You said you want to check the prostate. And I know there's only one way you do it.
Yeah, usually.
But he's just like, he goes, I got to lube up here. I got to put the gloves on. He goes, I said, I'm just getting ready for you.
Mm-hmm. Jesus.
So I had to have that done. Oh, this is just...
It's tough. It's after 60.
I'm thinking of just having it removed.
What, your
Remove the prostate. I don't need it. What do I need it for? I mean,
What does that do? That's sperm production?
Yeah, it's. I think without it, you can't, but I'm old now. I don't need it. If it wasn't for peeing, I wouldn't even need the thing.
God.
Although.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
It comes along. So.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
We have some recent celebrity passings.
This one shocked me, the first one.
Yeah, this is from the American Pickers.
I like that show. I used to watch it frequently. Found it interesting. Some of the stuff that they would come up with. I like some of the other guys they had in it. which a lot of people don't like Mike Wolf's brother and Jersey John or whatever his name is. I like some of these weird guys, and I watched it when Frank was on. I don't have cable anymore. There is an American Pictures channel on like Pluto TV or something, which every once in a while I may put one on. But that was a surprise to hear about this. Very surprised. Young Ed, younger than us.
60, yes.
Oh, God.
60 is very young, too.
It is now. Oh, I saw this, yeah.
Mainly known for Beverly Hills Cop, but of course we remember him from King Kong Lives.
Oh, what a great film.
He was in there somewhere.
Good character actor, showed up in a lot of things.
Yeah, 76. Used to seem like that was kind of old.
That's right on the average life expectancy.
Yeah, that's where it should be. It's dropping fast, though, I think, these days.
Oh, Maggie Smith.
Maggie Smith, very classy English, right, actress from Harry Potter, but best known by us from Murder by Death, of which there's only, I think, 3 people left.
Wasn't Truman Capote in that?
Truman Capote.
Is that what that photo was from?
Yes,
With
Murder by Death.
David Niven there?
And she seemed kind of old here. I guess he was dragging her age up because she was only in her 30s, I think I figured out, right? In 76?
That would have been
We have to do some math there.
Almost 50 years ago.
Maybe
so, yeah, she would have been...
Maybe upper 30s, 40 maybe?
She's probably been in her early 30s.
Yeah.
Mid-30s, yeah, whatever. But she's dead now, so who cares?
This was on just by chance a few days after she passed on TCM.
Oh,
Catherine Crosby, 90.
Oh, that Seventh Voyage of Sinbad was actually a good film.
Yeah, I was going to look her up and see where she was in Rear Window. I think she might have been one of the people across the way because there was only like 3 people in the room. She may have been the dancer across the hall. But wasn't she the wife that was beaten by Bing, better known for the beating she took from Bing, I think.
Poor Bing. With a squeaky clean image and going home and beating the kids and abusing everybody. Oh, J.D. Souther, yes, yeah. Writer, musician with the Eagles, yeah.
He had a couple songs on his own. When You're Only Lonely from 79.
I just don't like where this camera is, Ed.
Yeah, we're going to have to move that. You usually don't have to, or remove the TV. I think next time the TV's going to be further over once I clear out that corner at some point.
Tito Jackson. From one of your, brethren of one of your favorite musical artists.
Yes.
Which I don't get.
Tito from the Jacksons, the Jackson 5, and the Jacksons. Often referred to when anybody was making a Michael Jackson joke and doing his voice, oh, Tito, oh. For some reason, Tito was thrown into the Michael Jackson.
It's a fun name to say.
Yeah.
Tito. It's like Lolita Davidovich.
70. Not the oldest of the Jacksons. This is Chad McQueen.
All right.
Another 63. I don't like to see that. He was the son of Steve McQueen and one of these periphery characters from The Karate Kid.
Yes.
We lost another one. The one that said, put him in a body bag. He was another one. I don't think this one made the Cobra Kai series, though.
I don't think so. I haven't seen the new series.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty entertaining.
Oh, Greg Kihn. Had some good, interesting songs. I like some of his stuff.
Yeah, 2 big ones there. When I saw this, all I could think of was they don't write them like that not by him, but by New Rock News, who played the song in the Pier 1 stockroom.
How did we ever do that?
And then somehow, we didn't request this, but a laugh track was inserted. And I guess they weren't too happy about that.
Who did that? Did producer Jim put that in?
Jim put that in for some reason.
Weren't they his friends?
They were his friends he put on the show and then put a laugh track on. And I was friends or saw somebody, one of the members of New Rock News, and one of the things he had as a picture was a single, somehow it was released, a New Rock News song. I don't think it was the. They don't write them
Is
like
that fine band still together, Ed?
I don't think so.
Oh.
New Rock News.
Look them up. Oh, from Great White. Oh, that was the
Jack
the
Russell?
nightclub.
The nightclub Fire.
Yeah.
Where they were playing in the thing called, and there was 100 at least, right? Deaths, I think.
Oh, there's a
from
lot.
that.
Yeah.
Including one of the band
I
members.
believe so. Yeah.
Lewy body dementia and multiple system atrophy. Jack Russell, also the name of the werewolf from the Marvel werewolf series.
And isn't it a dog? A Jack Russell Terrier?
Yes.
I don't know. So he had, what do you have? Lewy body dementia and multiple system atrophy. Okay. Well, yeah, everything just starts to fall apart.
And
so you have that the muscles just shrivel to nothingness. That's the atrophy, Ed.
Yeah.
When the muscles aren't used. That's what happens to when you don't use certain parts.
Mm-hmm.
They atrophy.
Yes.
So I want to start using my parts.
Use all your parts
I'm
every
trying
day.
to. Yes.
And another 63. We don't like to see
No.
that.
I was surprised. I didn't know he was still around. in
No.
98.
98, Peter Marshall. I want to say he turned up on commercials or
Yes.
something. Not that, well, maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah, he was
now.
doing like classic music because he was a singer as well.
Of course, one of the greatest game shows, Hollywood Squares, with, a lot of double entendre things. I don't even think you could get through today. And Paul Lynde's always on the borderline.
He was on the borderline all the time.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't know him, but I mainly made the list because he played the younger version of Abe Vigoda in The Godfather 2.
Even at
Tessio.
age 83, he would play the younger version
Yes.
of Abe Vigoda. Oh, that was a little surprising.
Phil Donahue, yeah, he was laying low.
I will say this about Donahue. I did like his talk show.
Mm-hmm.
He was the precursor to all the other ones that have since come.
Yes.
The Oprahs and who else? The Montels and all the ones that came after. But his was still the best.
Yes.
Usually, the first one, everyone builds upon the foundation and makes it better. I don't think anyone made it better than Phil Donahue. He had everybody, politicians, everything, all walks of life. His was the best.
And I want to say around 92 or 3, somewhere in there, we went down and watched, we were on the Phil Donahue show. We watched, not on it as a guest or anything, but we watched it. And I did stand up and ask a question to the person. So somewhere I've got a tape of me on the Phil Donahue show, if I ever find that. Well, this is very appropriate for this time of year. This was the sheriff from the original Halloween and Halloween 2, and he turned up in the second one of this recent trilogy, 85. This is the last surviving original member of Motown's The Four Tops, which he might have made the list anyway, but this I'm putting down is the next time they do one of those 60s shows that rolls through Proctor's, they cannot put down that the Four Tops are performing there.
Right.
And they're 60s spectacular. There are no surviving members other than Herman's Hermit guy.
Peter Noon?
Peter Noon, who is appearing there shortly.
Is he?
Yes.
Oh my God, he's got to be close to 80.
They can't call these old 60s bands that...
I'm Henry the for yam, Henry the for yam, oh yam.
If the Four Tops come through, it's a garage band or something.
It's all new tops.
Sort of, as Joy Boy,
Oh God.
a member of the Jets from West Side Story. Now, as big I like the original West Side Story. I don't remember Joy Boy being in there, but there he is, one of the background dancers from the West Side Story. 90. He got a lot of exercise, I guess, and made it to 90.
Poor Bob Newhart.
Another 90s.
Yeah, Bob Newhart. Didn't his wife pass not long before him, maybe a year before him?
Yeah.
Best friends with my favorite comedian of all time.
what's his name?
Don Rickles.
Yeah, Don Rickles. I can think of. Yeah, they always went on vacation together, and of course he had albums in the '60s,
Yeah.
and then the Bob Newhart show,
And then Newhart.
and Newhart, and then there was one that was Bob. I think.
I think he played a cartoonist.
Yep. And there may have been one more where there was some configuration of Bob in there. Yeah, I didn't watch the Newhart, but I watched, of course, the early Bob Newhart show, in the Saturday lineup.
What is with that?
And this is Hitchcock's Frenzy,
God.
which the poster and all the publicity was this picture.
You know, that almost doesn't look like a tongue sticking out of her mouth. What does that look like to you?
It could be many things
It
there.
could be Jerry O'Connell's
Right.
thing that came off in Piranha.
Now, I don't know if she... I don't know if she was dead at this point or being strangled or what this was.
That's a penis.
Now,
That is.
well, knowing Hitchcock and he snuck the boobs in, I wouldn't put it past him to have her pose in his way.
That's exactly. Get that picture off. Oh no.
Richard Simmons, who provided a lot of health advice over the years,
Yeah.
but more often comedy from him running around in his short shorts.
A lot of people owe a healthy lifestyle to Richard Simmons.
Yes, and he was just coming out of hiding, kind of, where he was posting things.
Yeah, he just sort of vanished at one point, and
And then
kinda it.
another warning for you folks at home. We're
Uh-oh.
giving a lot of warnings. He fell in the bathtub
oh no.
on his birthday.
Oh.
And the nurse or whoever looked after him said, "You want to go to the hospital?" And he said, "No, it's my birthday. I'll go tomorrow." And he didn't make it until tomorrow.
Go.
So if you fall in your bathtub, get to the hospital.
Or if you have kidney stones,
Call,
get to the hospital.
call your friends up, or your friend, and have them come over.
This was sad.
This is another sad one. It's Shannon Doherty. Now, you didn't watch Beverly Hills 90210.
No, but you know, someone that young fighting the cancer, it's never a good thing.
No, and I wonder, it might not have anything to do with it, but we're talking about Alyssa Milano. She was, after she left the 90210, she was in this blindfold, acts of seduction, another one trying to break out of her clean girl image, and she had the breasts installed.
Oh, okay.
For this movie, and she had breast cancers where her cancer started. So I don't know if those had anything to do with it. Maybe not, but it's another. You don't have to put boobs in for parts.
No. There's no reason to put boobs in. Don't put boobs in.
Whatever.
We
boobs,
love you.
Whatever
they are.
Right.
I mean, if you want to do it for your own self-esteem and you feel that they're important, and that's what you really like. I'm not begrudging you that. Do it for your own. But don't do it for anyone else. Never do that stuff for anyone else. You do it for you.
It seems like the breast implants have kind of diminished. There was a time like in the 90s where they were anybody and everybody was just having breasts put in.
Chris Christopherson. What was the movie? Was it the sailor or something?
Who fell from grace?
Wasn't there like a graphic scene with him?
Sarah Miles was standing up, as I
Yes.
recall.
And he was sitting on a bed.
Right.
And his face was right there.
Right. Buried deep.
Oh, I could cause a problem in the marriage. Was she wearing a merkin?
No merkins in the 70s.
Are you sure this was an actual meeting of the face and the parts?
Yes, and as I recall from even Playboy, who would do their year or history of movies or something, I remember a very graphic picture.
Oh no!
Illustrating this, and nothing. It was all natural.
Oh dear, what a way! And you get paid. You're getting paid to do that.
I may have that. I have to dig that movie. I think I may have it on something. Chris Christopherson buried deep there.
Oh no!
And he was in all three of the Blade movies more recently there. And of course, A Star is Born with Barbra Streisand.
John Amos.
Another sad one from our youth in the 70s of good times, and I forgot he was Gordy on Mary Tyler Moore, the Weatherman.
Oh, right, yeah.
And Roots, he was the older Kunta Kinte, and Coming to America he was in. With our next passing.
Who?
They were both in that. James Earl Jones, Darth Vader's voice, and Roots, he was Alex Haley. And, of course, the voice of the Lion King and many other things. So there you have it, recent celebrity passings. We hate to see people go, especially in their 50s and 60s. We'll see you next time, everybody.
The New Media Zone has been a Cable 2000 production.